How's it going, guys? Panther Films here. Today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 2 of The Walking Dead Dead City. This episode is titled, Who's There? Now, last episode we got to catch up with Maggie and Negan after Maggie's son, Herschel, has been kidnapped by a guy called Croat, and Negan knew him because Croat was an ex-savior, so she needs Negan's help to save Herschel. Yeah, Maggie managed to find Negan after trying to blend in with these people at a bar. Also, Negan was with a kid called Ginny who's mute because she lost her father and then found her father turned. I think it was done by humans, that's kind of what Negan was saying. Yeah, Maggie made a deal with Negan to take Ginny to this relocated hilltop. So now Ginny's going to go over there while Maggie and Negan head into Manhattan, which is what they did last episode after being pursued by the New Babylon Marshals, also known as Armstrong, who wants Negan's head for killing a magistrate. Now, we don't know why Negan killed a magistrate. Probably because the magistrate killed Annie and the baby. Because it's kind of weird, since the last time we saw Negan, he was with Annie and he was going to have a kid, right? And now Annie and the baby aren't there, and Negan's kind of going back to his old ways. Is it a coincidence? Probably not. Yeah, we made it into Manhattan, and then we escaped some walkers and some like roaches. I couldn't tell what bugs it was because it was pitch black on my monitor. It was hard to see last episode. Then they had a little encounter with Armstrong. Maggie knocked Armstrong out, but Armstrong managed to escape. His two men died though, which is funny. Also, Negan brought up a pretty good point as they were heading into Manhattan. He said to Maggie, like, how many husbands and fathers have you killed? And like he brought up the fact that not everyone's a villain, or maybe everyone is. You know, it's a pretty good point to bring up because that seems to be a lot of discussion with the fan base. Like, is Negan really bad? Is it just the way we saw it as an audience? I mean, Negan is a bad guy because, like, he laughed as he was bashing in a guy's head. Like, you don't do that if you aren't a bad guy, right? But I did say last episode, it kind of makes sense that he'd laugh about it because at the end of the day, these people killed his people. Why wouldn't he take enjoyment out of it, I guess? But it is weird. And also Maggie's having PTSD because she doesn't have Herschel and she's around Negan, so she's thinking of Glenn. So yeah, it's not really that great for Maggie, to be honest. And I do have a strange suspicion that Maggie is potentially using Negan so she can trade him for Herschel to the Croat. Yeah, last episode kind of just ended with Maggie and Negan getting jump scared by this old woman who I think was on the roof of one of the skyscrapers after like a shit ton of walkers were just flying down. The reason I say it might be her is because the hair was similar, but it scared the shit out of me. And then the episode technically ended with Croat and Herschel, and then Croat caught a zip line with a guy trying to escape him. He fell, and then Croat kind of like joked around and said it was a new record, which, Jesus. But yeah, overall it was a pretty solid first episode. The budget, the tone, it just feels like Walking Dead is kind of back, and I'm all for it. And that about sums it up. So let's stop dawdling around with this shitty intro and get right into the fucking episode. This program contains lighting and strobe effects. Oh, Jesus.
Previously on Dead City.
Have you seen this?
Don't open, dead inside.
She's got my bag. All our stuff.
The person who blew their match out was on the roof, right? I love how they're walking after her, not running.
Just a ball of fun hanging out with you, ain't it?
Oh God, it's like the hospital in season 5.
Eyes up, Maggie. Before you toss your cookies.
For fuck's sake. Is she scared of heights? Maybe. Is that the only way up? There's not stairs. Wow, we didn't even help her. Just fucking walks away.
Damn.
Yeah.
What the hell's she doing?
She wants you to follow her. Wait, how did the walkers get up? What? Variants? Or are these just on that floor? Yo, did you hear the herd down there? What if it doesn't reach all the way? Just go, Maggie. Jesus. But why did it... She didn't have any momentum when she... Holy fuck.
I got it.
I don't blame her. He could easily just drop her. You know what, the music isn't that bad, but I just miss the main theme. Also, is that snow? It snows a lot in New York, right? Maybe. Oh, they've got the zip line there, I didn't see that. Wait, was that in last episode? Where the fuck? Go back to New York, dude. Dowell? Imagine. Is this, where Hilltop is? Wait, could we see someone that we know? Wait, is this isn't Meridian, is it? No, it can't be.
This is Ginny,
Oh shit, it's fucking John Woo, dude. He used to react to shit.
Now, we're very privileged to have her, and I expect y'all to give her a big welcome. Who can identify which of these plants are edible?
I fucking love it. You know the budget has been put into this show. The shots, like how they're using practical effects. Like, Jesus, man. I love it.
It's all right. Take that.
Sacha.
She not English?
I think she wants to trade.
Can you take us there? That building?
What language is that?
But I'm pretty sure that translates into hell freaking no.
Oh, I should have said hell fucking no.
Yalla. Yalla.
Yalla. What language is that?
Come on.
There's too many languages. Oh yeah, Armstrong's perfectly fine. Did he fall asleep? What happened? He got knocked on his ass. Right? He was knocked out and then he woke up instantly and then I guess he passed out again? Is that his friend? Yeah. If it is, he wasn't that devoured. Yeah, he's looking for like his brother or something, mate. Dude, these fucking shots! Like, they're so simple, but they're so effective.
No, you ever said that. You ever said that. No offense, but you're the one that's kind of freaking out now.
I'm freaking out?
I'm guessing they are not with the Croat.
You think?
Friendly? Does it look like we need friends?
Maybe.
There are thousands of us.
Thousands of you? Yeah, you're using a...
Because it's pretty obvious that they
Nail
came
gun?
from around. We were heading up north to a settlement in Canada. Bullshit.
Doesn't Negan still have the poster? There's thousands of them, by the way. I see a handful.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah. Ha. Ha.
That's funny.
I know how you feel. It's hard to be in new places with people you don't know.
Is she gonna speak? I mean, based off the promo, does she go to New York? How the fuck does she get to New York, though? I can kind of understand why they've relocated Hilltop, though. The set's been taken down, right? That was a nice transition. Oh, flashback.
You missed weapons training again. The third time this month that you skipped it. It's not a joke. People could come at you with anything.
He's not 2 years older. What the fuck? Wait, if we're getting flashbacks. Negan flashbacks, please. 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 I need the savior stuff.
It's really good.
It sucks.
I mean, he's a teenager. Comes with the territory, I guess. We're probably going to see how he got taken, right?
I am pretty sure that we are here because you spun some yarn about Canada and a shipwreck that reeked of bullshit, Maggie.
Been pretty tight-lipped about the Croat.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to bring up them days.
Right around the time that the world turned into shit soup, the Croat showed up at my door, so to speak. Said that I made him feel safe. I really thought I was helping him.
It takes a monster to make one, I guess.
No. You see, I was only a monster when I absolutely had to be.
I said this.
When I had to put on a show.
That's what I said! That's what I said! I was right!
He was your torturer.
But yet we never saw him.
One of our first skirmishes with the kingdom before your time. Let her walk. The Croat, he saw it differently. She was a scout before he... She was just a kid.
Why didn't he kill him then?
I had one shot.
He missed. He missed.
I missed.
You fucking shit.
Blew off his ear, the rest of them got away.
So, Croat wasn't there in the lineup?
I do know how he operates, Maggie.
I mean, it has been years since he last saw him, though. I like getting a bit of backstory for Negan, man. Like, what the fuck, dude? Look at that. Oh, it's so good. That was a long shot. The set design, just like... I mean, to be fair, that's just New York. That was easy. Why has it got quiet? Fair enough. Jesus. Smart. Block the entrance. Stop doing these dark scenes, I can't see shit. So there's his brother. What's he looking for, though? This isn't going to be a Tyree situation. Oh. Shot himself. Doesn't look like he's been dead that long. I like that they're kind of fleshing out his character a bit. Like, you have these quiet moments, even though there's a lot kind of going on. He's not said anything. There's been no dialogue for like maybe 2 to 4 minutes. I mean, yeah, what did you expect? You made a shit ton of noise. Oh! Oh, crap. Still no dialogue. What's happening?
They led the Barazzi straight to us. I say we cold their asses right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Everybody just take 1 second. Situation.
Like we're gonna trust this asshole?
No!
You know what? You are gonna trust this asshole because I have been sharpening this pigeon bone all afternoon and I want to gouge your jugular out right this second.
We are here to help you.
Yeah, let Negan do the talking, Maggie. He's done this a lot. How are cars still working, by the way? I didn't bring that up last episode. I guess there's a way to get them working again. Who the... What the fuck? Mad Max? I like that shot. That's very, like, Halloween-esque. With, like, Laurie hiding behind the corner and Michael's there. Oh! The fucking pipes, dude. I see that meme so much. That was literally the same sound effect, too. Oh! Oh!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing? All right? There's nowhere to go. Let's talk about it, all right? We're not your enemy.
Jesus. Oh. Hey, I mean, she jump scared me last episode. So, fair's fair, I guess.
I got this. Go.
What is Negan gonna do? I mean, she's gonna follow him. What the fuck? Where are all these cars coming from? Also, that shot was great. Oh. Oh my god. Oh!
Knock, knock.
Haha, old school Negan. Who's there?
I said, knock, knock.
Why did they call the episode Knock Knock?
You have a neck beard and a rat tail?
He's performing. He's putting on a show.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
He's doing the leaning too.
Because it is about to goddamn rain.
Oh! He did have guts.
Hell, it won't be a thunderstorm.
I fucking
It'll
love
be
it.
a goddamn hurricane.
Oh, Negan's back, dude. Oh! It was a... He did say he puts on a show, right? That's what he did. Because he's not acted like that in a long time. He's been very, like, neutral. Not so much of leaning and doing this insane shit. Oh, that was fucking brutal. I loved it. Makes you realise, like, how toned down the violence was in the main show in the later seasons. Are we not going to see, like, anyone from, like, the main show? Like, no cameo? Because surely some people went with Maggie, right? She's getting on the bike. What did he do? Oh yeah, the glass. Oh, don't pull it out, dude. I mean, I guess you have to. Because she's seen two sides of Negan now. Like, the more, like, emotional side of him and the more putting on the show side of him.
That's our family. Been going that way a long time. You get on the island, but you don't get off. He makes sure of that.
You mean the Croat?
You talking about Van Gogh?
He's the real reason we're here.
So you want to get to the cycle?
Yeah.
That we could help you with.
I find it so weird that walkers can just get distracted like that. 'Cause it's so inconsistent. Did he just grab a hold of the walker before killing it? Oh, he's using the helmet. Kind of fucking stupid though, just stab it. Is that the Croat?
The Morton cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're safe now.
Armstrong has the poster of Negan, mate. Is that the end? God damn it!
Get to the Croat. Just gotta get through that.
Only one of us ever got out alive.
Madison Square Garden?
Get him to tell me where my son is. And kill him.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, another good episode. Which I'm not surprised about, to be honest. Like, the setting, the tone, everything about it just feels like they've put so much effort into this spin-off, and it gives me faith in the other spin-offs. Granted, Fear the Walking Dead is the odd one out, but I'm excited for the Daryl spin-off, I'm excited for the Vic spin-off because of this one. Now, we are only 2 episodes in, but there's nothing wrong with being a bit hopeful, right? This episode was really good for Negan, especially. Like, we had a bit of backstory from, like, the Saviour's days, right? And Croat, and what happened with that situation. We got mention of the Kingdom. We got full-on old Negan back with that brutal kill. That was probably the most brutal kill we've had in The Walking Dead in a while, right? It's kind of insane. He fucking slit his throat and then gutted him like he did with Spencer. I'm loving just how brutal this show is when it's given the chance. Like, they're not holding back at all, because if you remember back on the main show, when Glenn died, a lot of people were pissed off with the violence of it, and then they started toning down the violence. Granted, it got a little bit more violent towards the end, but not enough. Like, it was mainly with walker kills, it wasn't really with human deaths. Sometimes it was, like, walkers ripping people apart, but not anything like this episode. And the fact that I was right about Negan putting on a show warms my heart, because I always knew that was true. I always brought it up in, like, season 9 and 10 that Negan puts on a show. He never really put on a show in season 9, though, because, I mean, he was in the cell for the whole season. But season 10, he definitely put on a show for Alpha, right? And you had him sleep with Alpha, which was kind of weird, to be honest, but don't know what the fuck they were thinking there, because they never did that in the comics. So, the backstory of Croat is that Negan shot his ear off after missing a shot. But how would Croat know about the lineup and Glenn's death? I guess maybe he kept in contact with some of the Saviors? I don't know. It's just weird that they never brought up Croat in the main show. Like, no mention of him, like in the past. Like, he didn't bring it up to Dwight or Simon or even Gavin, right? Because Gavin was kind of in charge of the Kingdom stuff. Like, he could have just said to Gavin, make sure it's not a Croat situation. But still, it works. It's just weird that Croat knows about the lineup. I was thinking Croat could have been at the lineup, but based on what Negan was saying this episode, I'm like, why would he keep him around then? That wouldn't make sense, and then obviously he didn't. I love some of the shots of this episode. Just seeing the city is something that is so unknown for The Walking Dead. Because most of Walking Dead has been in the woods, right? Like, based off the first 2 episodes of this, it just feels like season 1 of the main show. We get to see the city. We get to see, like, Atlanta or New York. I love it. It's great. And the fact that they lingered on some of the shots, too, really proves that they put a lot of effort into the show. The CG, it just works, man. Like, this is what happens when you put budget into your shows, AMC. And when your writers give a shit about the characters. Now, it's pretty cool to see John Woo in, like, the new Hilltop or whatever, like, teaching the class. Now, if you don't know who John Woo is, he was originally a reactor on YouTube. I think he was an actor too, but, like, it's cool, like, because he reacted to The Walking Dead. I don't think his channel is available now, but that's pretty cool. Now, Ginny is obviously not too happy about staying in relocated Hilltop. And based off the promo for next episode, it looks like she's outside of New York. Fuck knows how she's going to get into New York. Unless there's another canoe somewhere. Or whatever Armstrong had. Speaking of Armstrong, I'm like that they kind of fleshed him out a little bit. Because last episode it was kind of weird. With what he was saying, you know. But this episode, I like the fact that they didn't rely on any dialogue for him. It was just him going inside his old apartment. Finding his dead brother. And then looking at a picture of his family. But it had no dialogue, it just relied on visual storytelling, which I love. Now, I do find it funny that Armstrong is like a marshal and he thinks that he's a badass and stuff, and he killed that woman last episode, and now this episode, and I guess towards the end of last episode too, karma just hit him. He's fell into a trap, he got knocked out by Maggie, he lost his guns, and now he's been taken by Croat, who apparently is in Madison Square Garden, just based off the promo, and he's putting on some kind of fight club. I wonder where he got that idea from. Was it from the governor? But yeah, I did like seeing some of the zipline stuff this episode. Considering that was like one of the first things I heard about the show that intrigued me, it's really nice to see because it reminds me of like Dying Light or something like that, and it makes sense, right? The streets are filled with walkers. The only safe way to travel across the city is by the rooftops because there's a lot of skyscrapers in New York. It makes sense. Like, you can't do shit on the ground, so you do stuff on the roofs. But I did like how they were just following this woman. Who fucking jump scared me last episode. I thought, like, she blew out the candle and then, like, they were ambushed, right? Negan and Maggie, they were knocked out. But no, she literally just turned off the lights and then stole their shit. And she wasn't even English, too. What language was that? See, I don't want to guess and then just be completely wrong. I mean, I was right about Croat being Croatian, but still. Yeah, I did like them helmets that Croat's group was wearing. Just using them for protection and then just beating the shit out of walkers with your head. It's stupid because you could just use a knife, it'd be faster than just grabbing it and then doing that, because then you could get bit when you grab it. Like, you leaning over to grab a walker, another one could come out of nowhere and just grab you and bite you. Right? Yeah, I'm really enjoying this show. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with this group that Negan and Maggie are with. It makes you question, what if someone takes the boat from last episode that Negan and Maggie used to revive? Also, there was a missed opportunity with Negan saying an F-bomb this episode. He should have said holy fucking, but he said holy frickin'. I love that Negan's such a layered character though. Like, this episode we got a lot of dimensions to him. We got him like kind of breaking up a little bit, talking about what happened to that girl at Kingdom. And then we got full-on Season 7 Negan. Like, some people were saying, no, that's just him. Maybe it is, but you can tell the difference between normal him and then this Negan persona that he comes up with. You know, the baseball wielding, leather jacket wearing Negan, that Negan. Now granted, he's always kind of joked around, but there's moments where you see like the real him, which I love. I just don't get why Negan didn't take charge of that first encounter with this group, you know? Because we know he's pretty believable and he can get inside people's heads, but I still think Maggie's using him. Probably like the more she learns about Croat, the more she's going to regret trying to use Negan. Like, I think at first she was going to trade Negan for Herschel, but now she's found out, like she said in this episode, that Croat's going to kill Negan. Like, what are we thinking Maggie's thoughts are when she sees Negan doing that shit to that guy? Like, the knock-knock, enjoying what he's doing, and then slitting the guy's throat. Like, what is Maggie thinking in that moment? Is she like, should I kill him? Like, he's fucking disgusting. Like, it's an act, it's a performance. Like, he'll never change. Like, I'm trying to work out what she's thinking. Maybe she'll bring it up next episode, though. I just don't get why they didn't call this episode Knock Knock instead of Who's There. But it works, I guess. I just want to see this Negan with Vic. It'll be so good. Come on, dude. Give it to me. And also flashbacks to the Saviour's days. Because we're getting flashbacks for Maggie. Do the same for Negan. I think we're going to find out what happened to Herschel and how he got taken, too. It's going to lead up to that, probably, in the flashbacks for Maggie. I'm still wondering where that walker is that has, like, 7 arms and, like, it's attached to other walkers. I'm looking forward to that. I wonder if that's a variant. But another solid episode. I'm super excited to see how Croat reacts to finding out about Negan being in town. Obviously, we're going to get the Madison Square Garden Fight Club, and I obviously do want to find out more about Croat in terms of a backstory. Like, why did he become the way he did? Other than, like, meet Negan. Like, is it because he lost his family and shit? I guess so. It would make the most sense. Yeah, I mean, that about sums up the shitty review. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you for the next one. Ta-ta! And farewell!